Seto versus 4 Muslims, part 2. Okay. In this video, I was very, very shocked of the kind of approach these Muslim brothers took. They totally denied everything, just that they can accept the lies, what they believe. Let's analyze what they said. So, for the second time, I went on this brothers platform to have a discussion with them. Okay, this was the second time. So, if you haven't watched the first program, you can kindly watch it on the platform Seto SSK on YouTube. Okay, and this time I went there with an argument that there is a contradiction in the Quran, and that I want to have a discussion with them about it, and that maybe they could help me. They could help explain this verse for me. Okay. By the way, I was recording the conversation with my phone because I didn't know if I would be able to download it from them. And till now, okay, the conversation was yesterday. Till now, I have been trying to download the video so that I can play it in a video format for you to see it. It's not working. It is still downloading, okay? It is still not working. So I don't know if it will work or not. I've been trying the whole time. It is not working. But lucky for me, I recorded it with my phone. So I have the audio here, the full audio. Okay, so we are going to play it, and then you can hear their voices clearly. So there will be problem. But I was really, really disappointed that these guys, they claimed at least two of them, okay, two of them were Christians or atheists or something like that, okay? And because the Christianity is corrupt, Bible is corrupt, and fabrications and all kind of stuffs, they left Christianity. It doesn't make sense. So they joined Islam. Okay, Islam is the truth. So how come they join a religion which is the truth? And now I am showing them their sources, their references. Now they are denying it. They don't even want to accept it. They are calling me a liar for quoting their own sources. So what was the problem? What was the reason why you left Christianity? Their books are corrupt. You cannot depend on their books, which is corrupt. But then you accept the hadith, you accept all kind of things in Islam, and you even know that there are some corruptions in Islam. They know it themselves. Let me play the video. And in case I am able to download the video itself from their platform, I will post it again, okay? But now we are going to listen to what they said and analyze them together. Okay, please share this video, invite people, tag people. Let's listen to what they're saying. Hey, I'm gonna is it okay that we start? Because I'm gonna give some contradictions in my perspective, or in my what I see as the contradiction, and maybe you guys can help me out to analyze it, if it is or if it is not.
Okay, so real quick, are these contradictions in the Quran, or are you going to be jumping back and forth between Quran and Hadith, or is it just Hadith? Like exactly how are these contradictions derived?
It will be from the Quran itself, but if there are some misunderstanding, we can jump in the tafsir to check it out. Okay, what does it really mean?
Okay.
Okay.
Let me.
Okay. So I came in, I told them I was going to give a contradiction, and the guy clearly asked me, is the contradiction going to be from the Quran? I said, yes, the contradiction is going to be from the Quran, but in case we don't understand the verse itself, we are having this disagreement about the verse, then we can check in the tafsir to see what the verse is saying. You see now, we can, because you can read it and understand it in a different way. I can read it and understand it in a different way. So what does your scholar say about that verse? That is my point here. That is why I told him the contradiction is going to be from the Quran. But if we disagree on what that verse means, we can check what the tafsir say. You see now? So it was clear. And then he said, okay. He said, okay. So we said, okay, let's continue.
Pull up my handy dandy Quran. My computer.
Okay.
What's the first one? Go ahead and just state.
Okay, because
So if for clarity for myself and from the Muslim and Isa when he comes up in the chat, if you could just basically just state what your argument is and give the two or at least the first surah and ayah, so we can go to the first one. We can listen to your argument and follow along to where your argument sits with that verse, and then you can give us the contradicting verse.
okay. I will just continue from last week. Aladdin said something about Prophet Muhammad being someone who doesn't speak on his own, and he gave Surah to Najm, Quran chapter 53, verse 3 and 4. As an example, the reason why you follow the Sunnah, the Hadith, is Prophet Muhammad doesn't speak on his own. And I was trying to question him about that, because if that was the case, then how come Prophet Muhammad made certain mistakes where Allah had to correct him? But we didn't have time to digest on that statement. But today's topic, if that is the case, Prophet Muhammad, Quran chapter 53, verse number 3 and 4, doesn't speak on his own and speaks by inspiration from Allah. So how come then Quran chapter 22? So this is the contradiction. Quran chapter 22, verse number 52, it says that Prophet Muhammad was given the revelation, and then Satan put something in it, which Allah then had to abrogate it. Quran 22, 52.
52. Okay, let me see here. All right. Whenever we sent a message.
Okay, so let me come in small here. As I was saying, this is my second time joining these brothers on their platform. Okay, it's a Muslim brother. They are Muslims. Okay, so the last time I went there, one of them gave me this argument that Prophet Muhammad or the prophet, that they don't speak on their own. They speak on the inspiration or something like this. So I was trying to question them, but my time was up. So they said they had to pick another guy. So they had to let me go. Okay. So when I came today, I wanted to continue with this topic. If that is the case, that Prophet Muhammad does not speak on his own, and that he only speaks by the inspiration of Allah. According to the Quran, there was a time where Prophet Muhammad was reciting the Quran from Allah, and Satan was able to penetrate through the sayings of Allah. Satan was also able to put something on Muhammad's tongue for Muhammad to recite. So at that moment, Muhammad wasn't reciting from Allah, but was from Satan. Okay, so that will contradict, because the Quran is saying Muhammad only speaks from Allah. You see the point? So that was my argument now. Is it true that Prophet Muhammad speaks only the words of Allah and the inspiration of Allah, or it is possible for someone to also give Muhammad inspiration? Now, I am speaking from the Quran and from the understanding of the Muslims themselves. Now, you will see how these brothers would deny everything. You see, they will never use this logic if they were questioning a Christian, and then the Christian is telling them these stories, they will never accept it. But look at what they are going to do now.
Or prophet before you, O prophet, and he recited our revelations. Satan would influence people's understanding of his recitation, but eventually Allah would eliminate Satan's influence, and Allah would firmly establish his revelation, and Allah is all-knowing, all-wise. Okay, so give me the argument again. What's contradictory?
So I don't know what translation you are reading right now, because the translation is actually deceiving how they have translated it there. Okay, the translation that I am reading right now, that's why I said we can check the tafsir of this verse. It says, "And we did not send before you any messenger or prophet, except that when he spoke, Satan threw into it some misunderstanding, but Allah abolishes that which Satan throws in. Then Allah makes precise his verses, and Allah is knowing and wise." So Prophet Muhammad was reciting these verses, and Satan threw something in Prophet Muhammad's mouth, and he recited it. And then Allah will abolish what Satan throws in, and Allah makes his verses precise, and like I said, okay, so if Prophet Muhammad doesn't speak on his own, so how was Satan able to give Prophet Muhammad verses to speak? That was the
so the first verse. So I'm reading the translation, right? And the translation that I'm using.
So that is why I say we can use the tafsir, Ibn Kathir, Ibn Abbas, Ajlalain, and then
so I'm using Dr. Mustafa Khattab, the Clear Quran, and that's typically the most prominent English translation of the Quran.
This is a modern translator, you know. This is a very modern. This is one of the modern translators. Is that so? It is probably that is
so
why
what's wrong with modern translation?
Yeah, because they're using some kind of words that doesn't mean we can check what he translated with Ibn Kathir, and then we will see clearly totally different statements. So as you see, I gave them the verse, and then the Quran that he is reading for me, because he himself too, he is not good in Arabic. He is a newly converted Muslim, or he is a Muslim, but he is now trying to learn the Arabic. So he is not good, so he doesn't speak the Arabic. But he has this translation that he is using. And then my point was the new translations they are giving you, they have translated in a way that they are actually deceiving the people. That is not the real meaning. You see now, so they will pick the Bible, the same thing. The one who's going to question me with the Bible, they will say the Bible doesn't. You see now, there are two different types of Bibles, but they will never use. They will never say there are two different Qurans, because the King James Bible, it is also a translation. It is also a translation, okay? So I'm trying to find the hadith and the Quran that he was reading, so that we will compare it with the one that how it is, how it really is, okay? You will see the differences. I'm trying to find that Quran that he is reading, and I will show it to you on the screen. Okay, Dr. Mustafa Khattab. Okay, I found it. Let me see, verse number 52. I will show it to you on the screen, and you will see the differences. That is why I told him, okay, let's go to the tafsir, because now we are dealing with a translation here, and the translation we are misunderstanding certain things. Let's check what the tafsir says. They are afraid, they don't want to go there. See, they don't want to go there. I'm trying to find I found it, okay? You see, I found it. Let me put it on the screen. And then you will see how they use the translation to deceive people. That is, I told him, let's use another translation, and then they are trying to question me, okay? Let me show it to you on the screen. So this is the translation that he was using, okay? I hope it is big enough. Let me try and zoom in small. This is the translation he is using, and it says, and whenever we send a messenger or a prophet before you, O prophet, okay, and he recited our revelation, Satan will influence people's understanding of his recitation. Did you get a point? Satan will influence people understanding of his recitation, but eventually Allah would eliminate Satan's influence. From who? According to this translation, they have made it that whenever Prophet Muhammad recites it, Satan will try to influence the people, okay, with false understanding or something like this. And then Allah will eliminate what Satan influenced. Then Allah will firmly establish his revelation, and Allah is all-knowing and wise. That is the translation that he quoted. Okay, let's see if I am not mistaken. Let's see. Okay, you will see the differences. I will show you another translator, and you will see how these two the translation can deceive people totally.
But do you understand the Old English?
Let me go back small. And wise. So
God is all-knowing, all-wise.
Quran chapter 53, verse number 3 and 4 doesn't speak on its own and speaks by inspiration from Allah. So how come then Quran chapter 22? So this is the contradiction. Quran chapter 22, verse number 52. It says that Prophet Muhammad was given the revelation, and then Satan put something in it, which Allah then had to abrogate it. Quran 22, 52.
52. Okay, let me see here. All right, whenever we we sent a messenger or a prophet before you, O prophet, and he recited our revelations. Satan would influence people's understanding of his recitation, but eventually Allah would eliminate Satan's influence and Allah would firmly establish his revelation, and Allah is all-knowing, all-wise. Okay, so give me the argument again. What's contradictory?
So I don't know what translation you are reading right now, because the translation is actually deceiving. So you get it? This is the translation that he read for us. Okay, this is a translation that he read. Whenever we have sent a messenger or a prophet before you, O prophet, and he recites our revelation, Satan will influence people's understanding of his recitation. So what Satan will do, according to this verse, Satan will influence people's understanding of his recitation. Satan will do what? Influence people's understanding of his recitation. But eventually, Allah would eliminate Satan's influence. Eventually. Now let's compare this translation to the other translations that is out there. Okay, this is another translation, so that you get the point what this one is saying. Never did we send a messenger or a prophet before you, but when he did recite the revelation or narrated or spoke, Satan, okay, Satan, that is in another shaitan, or the Satan, threw some falsehood in it. You see, when Prophet Muhammad was reciting, Satan threw some falsehood in it, in the revelation, but Allah abolishes that which Satan throws in. So you see, Satan threw something in, and Allah will abolish that which Satan throws in. That is the statement here in this translation. Then we establish his revelations, and Allah is knower. Allah is all knower, all wise. This another. Let's go another translator. Never did we send a messenger or a prophet before you, O Muhammad, but that whenever he had a desire, Satan interfered with that desire. Whenever who has a desire, you see how the translation is deceiving people right now? But whenever he had a desire, whenever who had a desire, the prophet. Whenever the prophet had a desire, Satan interfered with that. Allah eradicate the interference of Satan and strengthen his sign. Look at how the translate. It's as if a whole new verse. Another translator. Let's check another translator. We did not send before you any apostle or prophet, but when he desired, and the Satan made a suggestion respecting his desire. Look at this. So if this was the Bible, this is King James Bible, this is NIV, this is ASV, this is whatever, they will complain. But look at how they're deceiving people with these translations. That is why I told the guy at the beginning, if we don't agree on what it is written in the translation, we can check the tafsir, we can check the commentary, we can check the cause of the revelation, the reason why this revelation came. Then we will check on that, so that we will be sure what the verse is talking about. So you see, when you follow the translation, that is why you always have to read multiple translations, so that you will get the point. Who is trying to deceive who here right now? Because with different translations, with different understanding in Islam, never sent we a messenger or a prophet before thee, but when he recited the message, Satan proposed opposition in respect of which he recited thereof, but Allah abolisheth, okay, that which Satan proposeth. Look at this. So you see how the translations changes, and this is the translation that I was using in the discussion with them, Sahih International. And we did not send before you any prophet or any messenger, okay, any messenger or prophet, except that when he spoke or recited, Satan threw into it some misunderstanding, but Allah abolishes that which Satan throws in. Then Allah makes precise his verses, and Allah is knowing and wise. So, according to the verse, okay, this translation, when Prophet Muhammad was reciting, Satan threw something in. And what Satan threw in was misunderstanding. We can find it in the tafsir, and then we can read it. but Allah will abolish. So whatever Satan threw in, Allah will take it out. But so Satan was successful to throw something in. That is why Allah will throw it out. Okay. Imagine Satan was about to throw something in and Allah blocked it. Then Allah will not abolish anything because it was blocked. Satan wasn't successful, so Allah don't even have to abolish anything. Allah doesn't have to erase anything because what? Satan was not successful. Allah blocked Satan. But since Allah didn't block Satan, Allah wasn't able to block Satan, or Allah allowed Satan to do so, then he had to come back and then erase that, efface that, abolish that. You get the point, okay? So now let's continue with the video. I've shown you different interpretations so that you know the verse. The one that he showed me, okay, it is a very soft one. You won't even know that it is speaking about Prophet Muhammad, that Satan threw it into Prophet Muhammad. You won't even know, because he's saying Satan would influence people's understanding of his recitation. So the attack is on the people, not on Muhammad. You see now, when you read this verse, Satan is not attacking Muhammad, he is attacking the people. You get a point? Okay, let's continue. Translated it there, okay? The translation that I am reading right now, that's why I said we can check the tafsir of this verse. It says, "And we did not send before you any messenger or prophet, except that when he spoke, Satan threw into it some misunderstanding, but Allah abolishes that which Satan throws in. Then Allah makes precise his verses, and Allah is knowing and wise." So Prophet Muhammad was reciting these verses, and Satan threw something in Prophet Muhammad's mouth, and he recited it. And then Allah will abolish what Satan throws in, and Allah makes his verses precise and like I said, okay. So if Prophet Muhammad doesn't speak on his own, so how was Satan able to give Prophet Muhammad verses to speak? That was the
So the first verse. So I'm reading the translation, right? And the translation that I'm using.
So that is why I say we can use the tafsir, Ibn Kathir, Ibn Abbas, Ajlalain, and then
so I'm using Dr. Mustafa Khattab, the Clear Quran. And that's typically the most prominent English translation of the Quran.
This is a modern translator, you know. This is a very modern. This is one of the modern translators. Is that so? It is probably that is why
what's wrong with modern translation?
Yeah, because they're using some kind of words that doesn't mean we can check what he translated with Ibn Kathir, and then we will see clearly totally different statements.
But do you understand that Old English and New English are different? Classical English at the time is different to the English of now.
Yeah, I do. That is what is deceiving. You see, because the new. So you see my point right here. The new translations, okay, it is very soft. They are using kind of words so that people will accept it. They will not find the real meaning of the verse. So if you don't know the Arabic, if you don't compare the verses to with another translation, and you only focus on this translation like the guy is using, you will get totally different understanding from the whole religion. English will give you different understanding.
Okay, brother, is the King James Bible deceiving?
I don't know. This is not about the Bible.
You should be able to answer these simple questions. Is the King James Bible deceiving?
What does that got to do with this one?
Because you're making an argument that it's deceiving because one version is clear English in the translation versus a previous one. So I'm asking you, the King James Bible.
So how do we know if it is not
deceiving? Older Bible.
We can do this.
So we can just pick that we can pick the tafsir, and then we can pick the new translation, and then we will put it aside side by side, and we will see. You see, we want to find the truth. So maybe through you guys, I can also become a Muslim. You see, because you said you were an atheist, and then you are now a Muslim, based on what you saw or what you have learned. It's not about discussion or winning an argument. So you see now, whenever you question them, now they are trying to bring the Bible in it. That is their only punchline. You're talking with them about the Quran, about Islam, the true religion according to them. They have to bring the Bible in. So I've given you clear examples here how the translations differs from each other depending on which one you read. So at the beginning of the conversation, that is why I clearly stated when we disagree, you and I, because he just converted to Islam, I am not a Muslim. So who do we have to trust? The scholars who were there before us, the scholars that they accept. So let's go and check the commentary of this verse. You will see how I will suffer before they will even accept this challenge. And what they will say about the commentary, you will be shocked. We just want to find the truth.
Exactly. Okay, so up here it says Dr. Mustafa Khattab, the Clear Quran. That's what the English translation that I'm using. Now, if you'd like to go to a tafsir and bring up a different one, that's fine. But let's look at this real quick. And what I like about Quran.com is that it'll give me a word-for-word translation as I put my cursor over. That's Wama Yanqiku Ani Al-Hawa. So Al-Hawa means the desire. So the English translation says, nor does he speak of his own whims. The exact word for word, and not he speaks from the desire.
Okay.
So that seems as if he just doesn't come up with whatever he likes. He doesn't speak off of his own whims from his own desire. He speaks what is revealed to him in the truth. So let's go to the next one, to the English translation, 2252. Whenever we sent a messenger or a prophet before you, now let's look at this. There's min al-balika, and that means before you, O prophet, and he recited our revelations. Satan would influence people's understanding of his recitation, but eventually Allah would eliminate Satan's influence, and Allah would firmly establish his revelations, and Allah is all-knowing, all-wise. So if it's specifically talking about the prophet himself, this verse right here says, whenever we send a messenger or a prophet before you, O prophet, and he recited our revelations. So what would your contradiction be if this is speaking of the prophets that came prior to Prophet Muhammad? Because this one right here is speaking about the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, specifically.
Okay, so according to the interpretation, the tafsir, Asbab Nuzul, according to the sources, okay, this verse was about Prophet Muhammad when he was reciting the revelation, the wahi that he got. Satan put some words in his mouth, and then he recited it. And this verse is Allah is trying to say that is something it happened before the prophets and messengers before. So it didn't only happen to Prophet Muhammad, but it has happened before. You get the point.
Why does it say that it happened to Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him?
Yeah, the tafsir, that is what Ibn Kathir, and that is why Allah is saying he will abolish that what Satan throws in. And even when you go to the next verse, okay, listeners, you see now, these brothers, they were Muslim, and they were not Muslim. They converted to Islam, for Islam being the true religion with all the questions and answers. Now, I told him at the beginning of the conversation, if we disagree on the understanding of the verse, what we have to do is to go and check what the scholars have written, the Asbabun Nuzul, the cause of the revelation. You see? But he is refusing to go and check the verse for understanding. Now, he was saying something like, how do I know that this verse is speaking to Prophet Muhammad himself directly? You see now? So now, when we read it, it says, whenever we sent a messenger or a prophet before you, O prophet. So he's speaking to prophet. And he recited our revelation, okay? Satan would influence. You see now, so when he was reading this particular translation, he wanted to stick up, he was like, how do I know this is speaking to Prophet Muhammad? How do I know? But he was refusing for us to go and check. Okay, so what does why did this revelation come? Why did it come? What did the scholar say about it? He was refusing. And that is what I say, okay? So he wants to deny. He is trying to deny his own sources so that he will win the argument or something like this. So they don't even care about the truth. It is about, okay, this guy just came on our platform. We have to defeat him. We have to make him. You will see one guy will jump in and call me a liar. Very soon it will happen. but he is refusing to even read his own sources. I'm trying to Ibn Kathir, Asbab Nuzul, Ajilalain, Ibn Abbas. Let's read something. He was refusing. He's now asking me, where did it say that it is speaking to Muhammad himself? Where?
Verse, it will say, and Allah will use that what Satan throws in as a test to the people who have diseases in their heart.
Yeah, so are we just going on one? Have you looked at other tafsir to see what they have to say?
Yeah, I checked it. I checked the tafsir, Ibn Abbas, Ibn Kathir. Actually, all of them, they are saying similar thing. This is what happened, and then when
They
you
are
check,
specifically, just to be clear, they're specifically saying that Satan got into and added things to the Prophet Muhammad's revelation.
yes, and then that is what
Yeah,
Allah
I'm
will
gonna have to
abort.
see that because I mean I don't believe that's true, and I would love to see. I'm not saying that you're lying, but I would really like to see that because I don't I don't think any of them would say anything close to that because I mean we hold the authenticity of the Quran itself that God's word cannot be construed with, it cannot be changed, it cannot be messed with, and that's why we hold it so much higher than what we see with the Bible because of how problematic the Bible is, because people were able to get in and twist the words and change the meanings and add and eliminate verses. So I mean this one right here, this verse seems like it's very clear. So what it seems like is you're saying is that this verse, nor does he speak of his own whims, is contradictory with the tafsir that talks about 2252.
Okay, so this brother who just spoke, okay, I will call him Craig because that was the first day I went. That's the name that he was using, Craig. Okay, by the way, he's the one in red. If you can see it clearly, the one guy sitting there in red, the only person in the whole picture. So he was saying something like, okay, he doesn't believe it. He doesn't believe that as the scholars will write such a thing. Okay, he doesn't believe Satan was successful in throwing something on the tongue of Prophet Muhammad. He doesn't believe that is why the Quran is being held to the highest esteem, because the Bible, you see now, the Bible is corrupt and all that, but the Quran is a totally different book. So am I sure that that's what the tafsir is saying? I said yes, and he has the access to this tafsirs. He himself can check it within 1 minute. He can open all the tafsirs that he wants to open. But you know what? They are shaking. They know that what I am saying is true and is problematic. But they have compromised. They have compromised themselves. You see now, because I don't know. I don't want to accuse them of anything, but it has come to the point that okay, now if they see something, they have made it's like they have sold their soul. If they see something which is not going according to what is supposed to be in Islam, now they have to find a way to justify it because they have attached themselves to the religion, and it's like they have sold their conscience or the conscience, whatever, however they say it. So now, if he is saying he does not believe that the scholars will write such a thing, why didn't he want to open the tafsir? Because he's using a computer which is probably even much better than mine, faster than mine, because mine is not that expensive. Okay, it is a normal one. So how come he is not using? He didn't open any scholar reference to check. He didn't. You see, now I have to force them. I was trying to send them links. He was trying to now he wants to follow only the Quran. Only Quran. Now he accepts only the Quran.
No, it's contradictory with this verse, because if the tafsir is explaining the Quran and they are explaining to us that Satan put something on Prophet Muhammad's tongue, and
but nowhere in this verse does it say that. It is specifically talking about a messenger or prophet that came before the Prophet Muhammad. That's specifically what it says.
So that is what.
Where in here does it say that this happened to the Prophet Muhammad?
Can you read the next verse, and see?
So you see now, he said he don't believe that the scholars will write anything. So why are we wasting time? Let's go and check what the scholars said. That is why I told him at the beginning, if we disagree, on the Quran, on the verse, if you and I we disagree, we have to go and check what the tafsir says. We have to go and check what the scholar says. Now he is trying to focus only in the Quran because he has seen that I might be right. What I am saying, it could be, I might be right, so that it will crush his whole belief, because he is believing the Bible is corrupt and the Quran is the strongest. Nothing, you see, and the Quran is making a claim that nobody, Prophet Muhammad doesn't speak on his own; he speaks only by inspiration. So if that is the case, so how come Satan was successful in giving Muhammad a certain revelation to recite? So he don't want to accept that. So he's trying to stay away from the tafsir right now. He's trying to stay away from all the sources and focus only in the Quran. And he said, where in the Quran is it saying this? Where in the Quran? Now he's questioning me. So are you saying Asbabun Nuzul is lying now? We don't need that. We can throw them away. Are you saying Ibn Kathir, loser, we don't need him? He's lying. We can't watch. We can't listen to Ibn Kathir anymore. Ajilalain, we can't listen. He's trying to deny all of them. Now show me in the Quran itself where the Quran is saying this. That is what he's now demanding from me.
All that so he may make Satan's influence for a trial for those hypocrites whose hearts are sick, and those disbelievers whose hearts are hardened. Surely the wrongdoers are totally engrossed in opposition.
So how is it going to make Satan's influence as a try?
This is still talking about prior to the Prophet Muhammad himself.
So how now you and I, we are disagreeing. So how we have to check the scholars, right? At least so that
I can just literally look at these two words right here: a messenger or a prophet before you.
So you see now, so we disagree on the verse. I am saying it's about Prophet Muhammad, and you are saying no, it is the prophet before him. So what do we do now? We have to check the scholars, right? We have to check at least what your, because you have the tafsir, you have the commentary on your every verse. There is a reason, there is a cause of the revelation. But he said no, he can literally look at the verse and know what the verse is saying. Okay, that is his point. No need for that. All of a sudden, no need for any commentary. Whenever, so now he is saying, whenever we have sent a messenger or a prophet before you, so he takes only this one. This is enough. Whenever we send a messenger or a prophet before you, so he is using this as the argument that it's not about Prophet Muhammad, but it's about the messengers that came before Prophet Muhammad. You see his argument. So let's use the commentary and see if it is about Prophet Muhammad or not. and let me show you. When we read the verse, the next verse, okay, this is so he may make what Satan throws in as a try for those within whose hearts is disease. So at the time of Prophet, this is not way before Prophet Muhammad. Prophet Muhammad is not reporting a story. It is telling us at the time of Prophet Muhammad, Allah is going to use what Satan threw in as a try for people who have disease in their heart. So what Satan throws in, Allah abolishes it, but before that, Allah will use it as a try. You see, now Allah would use that to test the belief so that he will know who have disease in his heart or not. But he's saying it is not about Prophet Muhammad. So what do we do now? If these guys are sincere and they really want the truth and they really have the truth, they would have said, okay, now let's go and check the tafsir. But he said, no, the verse is not, no. He wants to say in the Quran itself. Let's continue.
I mean, that's clear cut right there.
Clear cut in the Quran.
And even in the word translation right here, before you, like even in the Arabic, it literally has before you. So this verse is talking about the messengers and prophets that came before him, that Satan would influence people's understandings of his recitation, and also right there would influence people's understandings of his recitation. So it's not that Satan would actually get into the Quran and get into the revelation. Satan would be able to get into the people's understandings of the revelation.
Now, you get a point? You get why I said because of the translation, how they translated it. So you see what his understanding is. because he's reading this translation and he's basing all his trust in this translation. And this is a modern translation. That's what I was saying. So there are translations which was there way before. So if you want to if you want to read the Quran, how the Quran was being read at that time is totally different from today. If you use this kind of translations, so now you have a different understanding. I have a different understanding because I am not using the same translation as you are using. It gives me a totally different understanding when I read it, and it gave him totally different understanding when he read it. It's not his fault because he is using this translation. It is not my fault because I am using a different translation. So what do we do now? We have to go and check the source. You see, now they have commentary. What does the commentary say? Because there is one commentary from Ibn Kathir. We can take him. We have to go and check Asbabun Nuzul, cause of the revelation. But he is trying to deny all of them. He wants to use only this translation because this will benefit him. And at the end of the day, last week when I was with them, they were saying like, Seto, brother, the Muslim was speaking to the other Muslim. We have shown him the truth and he has rejected the truth. What will happen to people that reject the truth when you show it to them clearly? And the other one said, in hell. And then the other one responded, Alhamdulillah. You show me the truth, they never even show me anything. But look at how they are now behaving. Let's continue. So now he is only depending on this translation, and which is giving him a different understanding, but refusing to go in the tafsir.
Yes, Craig. That is what I'm saying. Okay, after you reading this, okay, maybe does friendly Muslim? Do you speak there? Do you read Arabic?
Brother, he's got it in front here. Look, it's on.
Yeah, but this you see this translation. Can you choose another translation and see?
I mean, I can, but this is the translation that I hold to.
Okay, but this is a modern. That is what I'm saying. So how can we use tafsir? Can we use?
Are we just gonna look through the different translations until we find one that agrees with you, and then you're gonna say, "Ha, gotcha"?
No. That would show how sincere we are to ourselves. Because
all right, who would you like? What?
Choose Sahih International. Sahih International.
Sahih International. All right, and we're gonna go down to verse 52. $22.52.
So, what do you feel that Sahih International's Arabic translation would be different to another? How do you get that?
No, not Arabic translation, as well the English translation. But right?
Oh, okay. You agree with their English?
Their English. Their English.
Not that I agree with their English, not that so, but you see, the Sahih International Translation was there way before the new translation came, okay? And when you read the Sahih International Translation, when you read the Yusuf Ali translation, it gives you a different understanding. They are a little bit closer than the modern translation gives you totally a different understanding. That is why he is understanding it the different way, that Satan will influence the people's understanding. Satan will influence the people understanding. But when you read another translation, which is the Sahih International, it will say something like Satan threw into. He threw into. You see now, into brackets, some misunderstanding. But he threw into what Prophet Muhammad was reciting. Okay, that is what the Sahih International will say. Let's continue. Okay, let me.
Any messenger or prophet except that when he spoke or recited, Satan threw into it some misunderstanding, but Allah abolishes which Satan throws in. So right there, even Sahih International before you.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not talking about the Prophet Muhammad. It's talking about any messenger or prophet that came before him.
No. It's Craig.
I've got it highlighted right here for you.
Yeah, but because this verse is trying to tell Prophet Muhammad, he is not the only one. Even prophets before him, it happened to them.
Mm-hmm.
You see, the point is the prophet before Prophet Muhammad, it happened to them. So even if it has happened to Prophet Muhammad, it happened to prophets before Muhammad. So there's nothing wrong with that. That is what the verse is trying to say.
Yeah, but no, you're making a claim that it happened to Prophet Muhammad when I'm not. When I'm seeing it clearly say that it happened to people before him, but I'm not seeing anything that says that it actually happened to him.
But it's except when he spoke. Who is this he?
The prophets, the messengers, or prophets that came
No,
before
no,
him?
that would be when they spoke. You see now, because this one he said when he, it is a
No,
specific.
he, whoever that he may be, and we did not send before you.
Mhm.
So it wouldn't be when he spoke. If it was talking to the Prophet Muhammad, it would say when you spoke. Because right there, and we did not send before you any messenger or prophet except that when he spoke.
Brother Khalil, assalamu alaikum. Can I speak?
Wa alaikum salam.
He mentioned my name, therefore I came in.
Okay, so now the Arabic speaker Muslim is now here, okay? And then as we all I have already said it many times, let's go and check the tafsir, let's go and check the commentary. But they were refusing. He was refusing to go outside to check what his scholars are saying. So I was like, let's go and check. He never went there. Okay, so this brother just came in. Listen to what he's about to say. He's going to accuse me of lying. Okay, listen to him.
First of all, to the guest, please stop twisting the verse to fit your needs and lie about. You actually lie.
Okay.
I'm sorry to say that you are lying. And I'm here, I just came in just to prove to everybody that you lie. So please, next time when you say that Prophet Muhammad spoke, because of the Satan, present the evidence. Actually, the verse that you quote, Surah Al-Hajj, verse 52, refute your claim and answer you. Now, you don't like the translation that he gave you. You know what does the verse say in English? The meaning of the verse is said, read, and O Muhammad, it has always been so with every messenger. And
did you hear that? So the verse that he is reading, he came in and then he called me a liar. You see now, he called me a liar. He is the Muslim. He called me a liar. I tried to, you see, humble myself so that they don't kick me out because I know their agenda, okay? So the guy came in, he said, I'm twisting words and all sorts of things. And then he just said, according to what he said, there were some prophets before Muhammad that it happened to them. And this is exactly what I was trying to tell the guy before, that those prophets and messengers before, it also happened to them. So what happened to Prophet Muhammad at his time is not nothing new. That is what Allah is trying to tell Muhammad. You see? So he is also reading it. Listen to him.
Prophet.
Let me go back small.
It has always been so with every messenger and prophet we sent before you, that whenever he had a desire, listen to the rest, Satan tried to interfere with his desire. Continue. But Allah, Almighty God, what did he do to Satan? He eradicates the mischievous word by Satan and confirmed his revelation. For Allah is all-knowing always. Satan was trying to do it, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala stopped him from doing it and revealed his revelation. The verse itself answered you, the end of the verse. So please, next time, don't come and play this game with the brothers and twist the verse to suit your own desire. Number two, this is...
Okay, so you hear what the guy said, okay? So when I came in, I never said anything on my own. I read the Quran. Sahih International is what I read. I never gave anything on my own. I never said anything from my understanding. I read the Quran itself according to the translation of Sahih International. And then he now came in and said, I am twisting the words. He's trying to make me look like I am a liar over there, okay? But he exposed himself many times. And then he's trying to say, I am lying and I am trying to twist the word to deceive people. But I just read the Quran. I never even said anything. According to what the Hadith Quran is saying, and if we disagree, so we go in the commentary to check it out. But they refuse to go in the commentary. So when this guy came, the hero, he's trying to make me look like I am lying and I don't even know what I'm saying. But you see now, it's like they don't even understand the English that they are reading. He said Satan was trying, you see, to try something, and then Allah blocks you. If you see, if you are trying to do something, and then Allah stop you or block you, that means Allah will not be able, there is no need for Allah to erase, because Allah blocked you. Before you even say it, I stop you, so that nobody even know what to say or you're about to say, because Allah blocked Satan. That is what he read. Okay, let's listen to him one more time. So if Allah was able, or Allah blocked Satan, that means Allah will not have the necessity to delete or to abolish or to abrogate or anything, because Satan wasn't successful. It didn't happen. Let me go back small. Okay, listen to him.
To interfere with his desire. Continue, but you lie. So please, next time when you say that Prophet Muhammad spoke because of the Satan, present the evidence. Actually, the verse that you quote, Surah Al-Hajj, verse 52, refute your claim and answer you. Now, you don't like the translation that he gave you. You know what does the verse says in English? The meaning of the verse is said, read. And O Muhammad, it has always been so with every messenger and prophet we sent before you, that whenever he had a desire, listen to the rest, Satan tried to interfere with his desire. Continue. But Allah, Almighty God, what did he do to Satan? He eradicates the mischiefs worked by Satan and confirmed his revelation. For Allah is all-knowing always. Satan was trying to do it, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala stopped him from doing it and revealed his revelation. The verse itself answered you, the end of the verse. So please, next time, don't come and play this game with the brothers and twist the verse to suit your own desire. Number two, this is...
So you get the point? I didn't twist anything. He is trying to put this in there as a catchphrase, okay, as if he came to do something special. But he also came and read another translation but it didn't change anything. Satan was able to do it, okay, and Allah eradicates. He said it. Allah eradicated, okay. So let's listen to what he's about to say.
Story which you call Al-Gharaniq Al-Ula was mentioned only in 2 Islamic books, and both of them said that this story is very, very weak narration and very weak story. So it is still in our book. So when someone like you come and tell us about it, we tell him, yes, it was mentioned, but as a very weak narration. And the answer is in the same verse. So did I answer your question?
No, you did not. You said I lied, and then you read it.
Yes, you lied, because you said that Satan put the words in the mouth of Prophet Muhammad. Show me any Islamic sources says that.
Okay, Asbab Nuzul, Quran chapter 22, verse 52.
Yes,
can you
Asbab Nuzul, show me. And Asbab Nuzul tells you that it's a very weak story. So you don't...
What? Aladdin.
Did you hear that? So now I'm going to show you the Asbab Nuzul. I'm going to show you the tafsir. I'm going to show you everything on the screen right now, okay? So this guy, he came in, he said, I should show him one Islamic source that says this verse. You see how disgraceful, how liar, how he was about to lie? I should show him one verse, one source from Asbab Nuzul or anything which says that what I'm saying. Okay? Then I said, okay, Asbab Nuzul, and then now he's saying it is false. It is. Let's listen to him one more time.
Was mentioned only in 2 Islamic books, and both of them said that this story is very, very weak narration and very weak story. So it is still in our book. So when someone like you come and tell us about it, we tell him, yes, it was mentioned, but as a very weak narration. And the answer is in the same verse. So did I answer your question?
No, you did not. You said I lied, and then you read it.
Yes, you lied, because you said that Satan put the words in the mouth of Prophet Muhammad. Show me any Islamic sources says that.
Okay, Asbab Nuzul, Quran chapter 22, verse 52.
Yes,
can you
Asbab Nuzul, show me. And Asbab Nuzul tells you that it's a very weak story. So you don't...
What?
Did you hear what he said? The guy lied, right? He said Asbab Nuzul says it is a weak story. He said everything I'm saying it's a lie. It is a weak story. But he never give any references, no evidence. So he said I should show him from one Islamic source that says this story. I said Asbabun Nuzul, and then he is saying Asbabun Nuzul said it's a lie, it's a false story. Now, should we read Asbabun Nuzul? Let's read Asbabun Nuzul and see if it is. Why would they put a false story in their books? You see now, so these guys, they are saying Christianity is a false story, it's a false religion, their books are fabricated. But when it comes to Islam, they accept, they themselves, the Muslims themselves even accept, they know that they have fabrications in their books. And there are some books that they accept and some books that they don't accept. So they know that Islam is a fabricated religion because they themselves accept that their books are corrupted. This is Asbabun Nuzul by Awahidi or something, okay? It is not me. Quran chapter 22 verse 52. And that's the verse here. It speaks about what happened on that day and how Satan was successful to intervene in Prophet Muhammad's revelation. And then what happened? Muhammad recited to the people what Satan wanted. Okay, so look, it is a very long story. Okay, let me show you some portion here. They said, has he mentioned our idols? So what Satan put in Muhammad's mouth, Muhammad praised the idols. He praised the idols, and then they were very happy. Then Gabriel, peace be upon him, came to the messenger of Allah, and Allah blessed him and gave him peace and said, read back to me the speech of Allah. When he read it to him, Gabriel said, as for this, I did not bring. Did you hear that? This is a form, this is from the devil. Did you hear? This, the Asbabun Nuzul. When Gabriel, because Prophet Muhammad recited the verse to the people, and then Muhammad says something, even the idolaters were very pleased with it. So they were happy. So Gabriel came to Prophet Muhammad, and then he was like, what did I tell you? Read back to me what I told you from Allah. So when Prophet Muhammad read back to him, Gabriel is saying, no, this is not from me. It is from who? It is from the devil. So according to the Asbabun Nuzul, Muhammad received revelations from the devil. Did you get a point? So this is the Asbabun Nuzul that the guy is saying it is a false. Where does it say it is false? It doesn't say anything that is false. That is false. Okay, we can read it, but you see, it is a very long thing. It is a very long revelation, and when we start to read this, it will. But it doesn't say it is false. It is in their sources. I'm gonna put it in the comment section. Okay, this commentary. Let me copy and put it in the comment section so that in case you want to read it too, you can read it. Okay, so the guy came in and trying to say, I am the liar. I don't know what I'm talking about, but he was lying. He didn't know what he's talking about. He's trying to deny all of these sources. It is false. He said, as Babu Nazul said, it's false. Aladdin.
Listen, I came because you mentioned was mentioned only in 2 Islamic
Listen
books.
to him one more time.
And both of them said that this story is very, very weak narration and very weak story. So it's still in our book. So when someone like you come and tell us about it, we tell him, yes, it was mentioned, but as a very weak narration. And the answer is in the same verse. So did I answer your question?
No, you did not. You said I lied, and then you read it.
Yes, you lied because you said that Satan put the words in the mouth of Prophet Muhammad. Show me any Islamic sources says that.
Okay, Asbabun Nuzul, Quran chapter 22, verse 52. Yeah. Did you hear? Show me any verse, Islamic sources that says that. Okay, and that is what I'm trying to show them. Let me see the portion where it says that. Okay. Okay, listen. So this is the portion. Okay, let me see. I will start from here. The messenger of Allah, Allah bless him and give him peace, recited it. But when he reached, have you thought upon Allah, Al-Uzat, Amanat, and the third and the other, Quran chapter 53, verse number 19 and 20. So this was the revelation that Prophet Muhammad received at that day. When he was reciting this particular revelation, listen, the devil put on his tongue what he had secretly wished and hoped for, and said. So when Muhammad was reciting it, the devil put on his tongue. I am not speaking for my own self. I am speaking according to what your sources has given me. But the guy is saying, I am a liar. I should show him one Islamic source. You see how they lie and deceive people? Listen to him.
Babylon show me. So when someone like you come and tell us about
Listen
it,
one more
tell
time.
him, yes, it was mentioned, but as a very weak narration. And the answer is in the same verse. So did I answer your question?
No, you did not. You said I lied, and then you read
Yes,
it.
you lied. Yes, you lied because you said that Satan put the words in the mouth of Prophet Muhammad. Show me any Islamic sources says that.
Okay, Asbab Nuzul, Quran chapter 22, verse 52.
Yes,
Can you go?
Asbab Nuzul, show me. And Asbab Nuzul tells you that it's a very weak story. So you don't.
What?
You see? Show me one Islamic source that says that. Asbab Nuzul tells you it is a very weak story. You see, I cannot force them on the platform to show me because you see, they are controlling everything. So I cannot say show me. They won't show me. He is saying Asbab Nuzul said it is a very weak story. He should show me. And show me one Islamic source that says it. Now, you see now, this is Tafsir Ibn Abbas. Okay, another Islamic source, Tafsir Ibn Abbas. So what happened? Never sent we a messenger or a prophet before thee, O Muhammad. But when he, the prophet, recited the message or spoke, Satan proposed opposition about which he recited thereof, such that he does not act upon it, but Allah abolish it. You see, so this one is also Satan proposed opposition. So when Muhammad was reciting it, Satan proposed opposition to it, and Muhammad recited it. This is Ibn Abbas. Ibn Abbas is saying this. But the guy is saying, I am the liar. For reading the Islamic sources, let's continue. You see, because the truth is not on their side. So they would deny everything, but they will say Islam is true. But when you bring in the source, it is false. Islam is the true religion. There's no corruption in Islam. You bring the source, no, we don't accept it. This guy was a liar.
Aladdin.
Listen, I came because you mentioned my name.
Okay, so
Aladdin said last time I was listening outside.
Okay, but
my name, I just came to you. That's why I'm here.
Okay, so now you said I lied because I am.
Yes, you lied.
Okay, so
you lied when you said that Satan put words on the tongue of Prophet Muhammad and Prophet Muhammad spoke the words of Satan. That's a lie.
Okay.
Because the verse itself tells you that Allah eradicate the mischiefs worked by Satan.
What does
Allah did not allow Satan
what does eradicate means according to?
And in other, if you read in Arabic, you know what this is said? فينسخ الله. You know what's the meaning of فينسخ? ينسخ in the Arabic, that means Allah abrogate and delete it totally what Satan was trying to do. That's the meaning of the word in Arabic, which is فينسخ الله ما يلقي الشيطان ثم يحكم الله آياته. يحكم الله. I'm an Arab and I read Arabic. So that's what the Arabic is saying in front of me. So please don't play and twist the words just to fit your needs.
You see, Aladdin, last week, okay, when someone was speaking, and then Isa gave me this warning, I shouldn't like cut some people off. That's why I'm trying to keep quiet for Aladdin to finish speaking. Okay, so you are saying, Satan was trying. You see, to try something, then Allah would not abrogate. For Allah to abrogate it, that means Satan was successful, and Allah had to abrogate that.
No. Allah delete what Satan was trying. It doesn't say that. Show me what does it say that Satan succeed. Show me that.
So that is what I'm saying.
No. That's what you are saying, but that's not what the tafsir is saying.
That's what the tafsir is saying. So how can I show you the tafsir? How can I show you the tafsir?
No. I have the tafsir. Tell me which tafsir.
Okay, I have to. Okay, I will show you the tafsir. I will give you the link, and maybe somebody can.
Own library.
Okay, tafsir Ajalalin. Open tafsir Ajalalin.
This man want to play game. Let me tell you something.
So you see how deceitful the guy is. You see how he's struggling. I want to play games. I am giving you Open tafsir. Just open the tafsir for people to see who is trying to play games. Dishonesty. Not ready to accept the truth. Want to lie. He's calling me a liar, but he is refusing to even open the tafsir. Asbab Nuzul, he didn't open it. He didn't open the Asbab Nuzul. The cause of the revelation, he didn't open it. I'm trying to open the tafsir. He doesn't want to open it. And he's saying, I'm trying to play games. Did you hear that? Listen one more time.
This warning, I shouldn't like cut some people off. That's why I'm trying to keep quiet for Aladdin to finish speaking. Okay, so you are saying Satan was trying, you see, to try something, then Allah would not abrogate. For Allah to abrogate it, that means Satan was successful and Allah had to abrogate that.
No. Allah delete what Satan was trying. It doesn't say that. Show me what does it say that Satan succeed.
You see, Allah delete. For somebody to delete something, that means it was written. You write something and it has been deleted. Okay, if I was about to write something and you stop me from writing it, you cannot. That doesn't mean you have deleted it. You stopped me from writing. You get a point. So before someone deletes something, you have to write it and then you can delete it. If you block someone from writing, you cannot say I have deleted that because he never wrote. You block the person, he wasn't able to write. So for Allah to delete something, that means something must be there. He himself is like, I'm not good in English, I'm not perfect. But when they read something, they know that what they are saying is not true. But you see, when they're in majority, they can use this kind of tactics to speak over you, speak more than you, and then you forget what you are saying.
So that is what I'm saying.
No. That's what you are saying, but that's not what the tafsir is saying.
He said, show me that. Show me. That's what I am saying. We should go and check the tafsir. He said, I should show him. I said, okay, that's what I am saying the whole time. Let's check the tafsir. He said, no, that is not what the tafsir is saying. So if this is not what the tafsir is saying, why don't you go and open the tafsir for us to see?
That's what the tafsir is saying. So how can I show you the tafsir? How can I show you the tafsir?
No. I have the tafsir. Tell me which tafsir.
Okay, I have to. Okay, I will show you the tafsir. I will give you the link, and maybe somebody can. Okay, tafsir Ajalalain. Open tafsir Ajalalain.
This man want to play game. Let me tell you something.
You see, they are lying. He said I should show him tafsir. I gave him the tafsir. Now he is reciting some kind of words that I don't even understand. You see, now he said I'm trying to play games. Show me the tafsir is what he asked me. I gave him a tafsir to show it. Now I am trying to play games. So who is trying to play games here? Be sincere, be fair to yourself. I just gave him a tafsir and then he's saying I'm trying to play games. He recited something in Arabic I don't even understand.
Let me tell you something. Brother, let me tell you something. With all the respect.
I'm waiting.
Show the tafsir.
I've been doing this for the past 25 years.
You see now? Show the tafsir. We are now here past 25 years. So what? Show the tafsir. But he cannot show the tafsir because he knows that it will go against what they are trying to deceive the people watching them. Show the tafsir. Show the tafsir. Now he's about to tell me his lifestyle, what he has been doing for the past 25 years. I said he should show tafsir Ajalalain, right? This is the tafsir Ajalalain. Show it on the screen. Project it so that people will see. I said show Asbab Nuzul. You couldn't show. Show tafsir Ajalalain. You cannot show. And then you see how I can show it to you. You see how I can show it to you? But that when he recited the scripture, Satan cast into his recitation what is not from the Quran. Did you hear that? So when Muhammad was reciting, Satan cut something into his recitation, what is not from the Quran. So some things from Satan was able to enter into the Quran. And then he said, I am lying. But he cannot show it on the screen. Listen to his 25 years he's been doing this. So
this claim brought up around 28 years ago. So this is nothing new. So please don't play the
So
game
so
with us.
so open the
The answer-
tafsir Ajalalin or
listen
Asbabun
to
Nuzul.
me, listen to me. I will tell you what tafsir says. I will tell you without opening, because I know what does it say. This story was mentioned in 2 Islamic books, as I told you. The first narration was according to Al-Kalbi. And Al-Kalbi,
So you see now, they deceive me. Now he is telling me some stories. I can't even verify if it is true. He is telling me this story was narrated by Al-Kalbi, and then Al-Kalbi said it, to Juju, and then Juju said to Mumu, and then Mumu said So is a liar. So we don't accept this story. Where is the where is the verification? The tafsir he is refusing to show, but this story he's about to tell. Listen to the story.
narrated according to Ibn Abbas. And Al-Kalbi, according to the Islamic scholar, we have books about the narrators. They say that Al-Kalbi, who narrated this story according to Ibn Abbas, he is a very well-known liar. So we do not accept his narration. So this is the first narration according to Al-Kalbi. You understand what I'm saying? So therefore, it is very weak narration.
So his scholars, they have brought a story in their books from a weak person. So who is the fool here? This guy who, why are you this is Islam for you? So now he wants me to accept this story that he told me right now, and then reject what Ibn Kathir is saying, reject what Ibn Abbas is saying, reject what Ajalalin is saying, reject what the Asbabun Nuzul is saying, and I should accept his. He said his story, the one he's telling me, with nothing. He will show me a link, okay, from a page. I don't know where the link is coming from. You see the logic here? If it was a Christian who was giving them this information, you say, let's go in the Bible. Say, wait, I know the Bible myself. I will explain it to you. You don't have to go into the Bible. This is what the church fathers, no, you don't have to go. Would they accept it? But look at them. I said, let's put the tafsir on the screen. Refuse to do so. He's telling me something. Oh, this one and this one made this one, and this one told this one, but this one is a very wicked, very liar. He's a liar. So why did they accept it and put it in their books?
Now, the second one, you can find it also. Let me memorize it because I'm talking from my memory. It was mentioned according to Al-Bazzar in Umayyah bin Khalid and Ibn Abbas. And ulama said also that he is not accepted as well because he copied from someone who is well known to be a liar. So this is the only two sources.
Did you hear the ulama? The ulama, the scholars say, who are these scholars? Are they prophets? The ulama said, this is also not accepted. It is coming from someone who is a liar. Look at how you see now how dependable Islam is. Somebody can decide what to accept and what not to accept. Who are these people? So you are putting your salvation on these guys. You are putting all your salvation. You think Christianity is false. You think Christianity is fabricated. But this one, you put your salvation on this. What ulama is telling you. You don't even know this ulama. And you will complain that there is anonymous people who wrote the Bible. How do you? So now I'm showing him references. They don't accept the references. You see now, all of them, they are quiet. They don't accept the references, but they accept what this guy is saying.
That you have regarding what we call al-gharaniq al-ula, and we call them as very weak narration. So whatever you are doing, you are quoting a weak narration that we do not accept.
Oh, did you hear that? I am quoting a weak narration that they do not accept. But he is the one who said we should go and check the tafsir. He said, check the tafsir. But he's afraid to open the tafsir, and he said, I am quoting weak narration. From who? I am quoting the tafsir, I am quoting the Asbabun Nuzul. What is the weakness? If you have a better one, why didn't you bring it? Why don't you bring it? But he is trying to fabricate a story to push it on the people, saying, I am quoting a weak narration. But it is a tafsir from Ajalalin, tafsir. Liars. Let's read this tafsir. And we did not send before you any messenger, Rasul. This is a prophet who had been commanded to deliver a message, or a prophet Nabi, okay, the one who have not been commanded to deliver anything. but that when he recited the scripture, Satan cast into his recitation what is not from the Quran, but which those to whom he, the prophet, had been sent with would find pleasing. The prophet had during an assemble of the men of Quraysh. Okay, so when this now he's talking about Prophet Muhammad now. Prophet Muhammad was in the congregation in Quraysh after reciting the following verses, Surah An-Najm, Quran chapter 53. Okay, have you considered Lat, Uzat, and Manat, the third? Okay, added as a result of Satan casting into his tongue without his his being aware of it. So when Muhammad was reciting this verse, Satan cast something into his tongue and he wasn't aware of it. So according to this statement, even from the tafsir Al-Jalalain, the Quran from Allah and the Quran from Satan, no difference. There is no difference. Because Prophet Muhammad didn't even recognize, he didn't realize this verse is not from Allah. But Allah said in the Quran, nobody can make the Quran like him. But Satan was able to do so. So they know what if they accept all these hadiths, all these translations, all these commentaries, it will go against them. So he's trying to even stay away. So he said they're all fabrication. You see now, this is Islam for you. If you become a Muslim, you have to start fighting against your own conscience. You know the truth, but you have to lie and say it's not the truth. No, I am the liar. I'm quoting your sources. You never gave not even one source. So now he's beating around the bush. We don't accept this. You see now, I am proving it on the screen right now. But they couldn't. Let's continue.
So you are saying now you don't Aladdin, let me speak too. You see, I'm trying to be fair, or at least not to get kicked.
My friend, with all the respect to you, you are not trying to be fair. You are trying to argue, and I do not like argumentative people.
Now you see now, I am trying to. I came here.
You see now, he doesn't like argument. That is what they are trying to tell people. Okay, so whatever he says, I have to accept it and nod my head. Like, okay, thank you, Aladdin. Whatever you are saying is true. And that is the good one, that I'm a good person. So I don't have to use my intellect. I don't have to reason. You are telling me something which is going against what your sources have said. And now you want me to accept what you are saying and say, yes, what you are saying is true. And I am not here.
Came here with an argument, and I'm trying to back my argument up. You came in and you said I am a liar.
You came saying that there is a contradiction.
Yes.
Which is not. Show me any Islamic sources say there is a contradiction.
Look at his logic. I should show him an Islamic scholar who is saying there's contradiction in the Quran. Look at his logic. Show me Islamic. I should show him Islamic scholar who is saying there is contradiction in the Quran. Then who would do such a thing? Show me someone who is selling something to you and they say my staffs they are bad. They are not good things. You see now? So I have to do my research, and according to this verse, if Satan was able to put something on the tongue of Prophet Muhammad, that will mean Quran chapter 53, when Allah is saying in the Quran, Muhammad doesn't speak on his own. He speaks by the inspiration of the devil, according to the hadith, according to the commentary, because the devil put something on his tongue. According to the tafsir, Ibn Abbas said that, right? No, or that was the Asbab Nuzul. That was the Asbab Nuzul. But Satan put something in his tongue, onto his tongue. You see, Satan casting them onto his tongue without his being aware of it. You see now? So it is not true that only Allah sent Prophet Muhammad, gives him inspiration, but Satan was also able to do so. And Muhammad didn't even recognize, that is the point. One of the points. Muhammad didn't even recognize that the verse is not from Allah. This verse is not from Allah. He said it as if it is from Allah. And then Angel Gabriel came back and told him, no, this verse is from the devil. Okay, that was what the Asbab Nuzul said. Let me show you one more time. So when the angel came back to Muhammad and said, repeat to me what I told you. What was that? I'm looking for that place where There's it. He said, read back to me the speech of Allah. When he read it to him, Gabriel said, as for this, I did not bring it. I did not bring. This is from the devil. Did you see that? So what Muhammad recited, it wasn't from Allah, it was from the devil. That is what I was trying to say. This is not my, it is the Asbab Nuzul, not me. The sources in Islam.
Why should an Islamic source say there is a contradiction?
So how did you come to a conclusion that's a contradiction?
And that is why we are trying to analyze it here.
No.
Yeah, hold on, real quick. When there's a contradiction, there's a violation of the classical laws of logic. Identity or non-contradiction, excluded middle. What law is being violated, and what is the A and also not A that violates that law?
So I came here with two verses. Prophet Muhammad doesn't speak on his own. He only speaks by the inspiration of Allah. And according to, not to me, because Aladdin said I was lying, I have given him reference. I said open Ajilalain. He didn't open it. I said open Asbabu Nuzul. You didn't.
Told you.
Hang on, brother. Aladdin, brother. Just let him finish, inshallah, and you can rebuttal, inshallah.
My apology.
Okay, thank you, Isa. Okay. So I came here not with my own understanding. I'm not bringing my own understanding. I read the Quran in English. I don't understand Arabic, so I have to go and check what your sources say. And according to the Asbab Nuzul, according to Ibn Kathir, according to Ajilalain, according to Ibn Abbas, these are all sources and references which you guys accept. This is not a tafsir, hadith or something. This is a commentary on the Quran. So according to the commentary, it is telling us something, and then Aladdin is saying, no, we don't accept it. So the contradiction here, which I see as a contradiction, says Prophet Muhammad doesn't speak on his own. He speaks only by the inspiration of Allah. And then this verse, according to this verse and the translation of it, or the commentary of it, says Prophet Muhammad was speaking or receiving the revelation, the wahi, and Satan put something on his tongue. And when I said that, Aladdin said, I'm lying to the people. But that is exactly what Ibn Abbas said. Even if you don't accept Ajilalain, Ibn Abbas...
Does the Quranic verse say that?
But what is the contention?
The Quranic verse...
One second, Seth.
No, okay. So you see now, the other guy is trying to say, does the Quran itself says that? So now he's trying to deny all the references, all the sources, all the hadith, all the tafsir, and then only what the Quran itself says. So this is the Quraniyun. And last week when I came there, you see, when I came to their platform last week, and then he was speaking, he was like, the question I was asking him, he was like, I sound like I am someone who is a Quraniyun, somebody who only accepts the Quran. And then when I came today, now we have to go deep, we have to dive in deep, use their own commentary references. Now he's trying to deny it. He's trying to pull back. He said, no, show me from the Quran itself. Seto SSK, okay, we have to continue on this because the video is long. I will try the video, okay, I've already said it. After the video is done, last week I was able, the way I got the video from last week was, okay, was my phone. This screen recording. I used screen recording to record the video and then edited it and then I posted it. There was no problem. But this video is too long. I was with them yesterday. Let me see how long this video is. Okay. Over 1 hour 44 minutes. I was with them yesterday. Over 1 hour 44 minutes video. And then I tried to download the video today. And then because the whole video they made was over 4 hours. The whole video they made was over 4 hours, and I had 1 hour 44 minutes with them. Then I had to go, and then they took some other guys, and then they did a conversation 4 hours program. Okay, so I'm trying to download this video. It is not working. I don't know. They have put in some lock on it that you cannot download, or I don't know. I don't understand. It's not working. If it works, I will post the video on my platform where you can see us showing the references. If it doesn't work, then I will post this one that I have. Because when I was talking with them, I also used my telephone to record the conversation. You see now? Because I said, oh, smart guy. I used my telephone to record the conversation in case the video will disappear or something will happen to the video. And look at it, something is really happening to the video. I cannot download it. So imagine if I did not have the recordings on my own for my site. What would I do then? Because if I cannot download the video, and maybe I go on YouTube or Facebook, I go on YouTube and play it from their side, then I'm gonna get problem. You see? Then I'm gonna get problem. So I'm using the recording that I recorded with my phone. And then today I put it on the computer, and then I can play it for you guys too. So I'll make it, even if I'm not able to download what they did, I will post this like this, and you have the full conversation. And if you're watching it, maybe you can use your own phone to check the references. But everything is clear. They were not able to provide any references to prove the point that what I'm saying is false. They are denying it and calling me a liar. Okay. Mel and Lion, thank you. I got them busted. Totally. You see, I got them busted, and deep down in them, they know that they are not being fair, they are not being sincere to themselves. And I hope they will watch this video. When I analyze it, I hope they watch it. Okay, they are comedians. Okay, Seto, you were doing a great job, said Elia. Kwame also said, good job, Seto. Well done, Seto. Please kindly share this video for us. Invite people, tag people, share. And you see, I'm still not on Facebook. So if you are on Facebook, copy this video, post it on Facebook, on WhatsApp platforms, wherever, and then share this video for us. Okay, because if Islam is true, then there shouldn't be no problem by asking questions. Okay, because that is how we find the truth. So maybe one day I can become a Muslim through searching for the truth. Even the Muslims themselves, some of them, they tell me, say, to keep on questioning Islam, you will one day become a Muslim. Because that is how some people became Muslim, by questioning Islam. And whenever I am questioning Islam, it becomes a problem for some people. I don't get it. So please kindly share this video for me on various platforms, on other platforms, on Facebook, wherever. Please do so for me, okay? Kindly do that, and then invite people, tag people, so that we will all learn together. Seto SSK is the name, okay? And then look at my new sign that I made. Seto, everything I make new, I am proud of myself. Look at it. You see, Seto now is becoming, since they blocked me on Facebook, I'm starting to become somebody useful, trying to learn new stuff. You see, I'm taking advantage of this to learn new things. Is it not great? They blocked me. Now I am learning new things. I am doing things that I never did before. That is how it is. Okay. Seto SSK. So please kindly share this video for me, invite people, tag people, and then subscribe to the channel on Facebook, on YouTube. Okay, on YouTube, please now, and leave a comment, do something to promote the platform. I will leave for now, okay? And maybe I'll be coming back tomorrow, and then we can continue or do another program. Seto SSK on Facebook and on YouTube, okay? But at the moment, not only on YouTube. Bye-bye.